Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special day for me. Today is the final video for the first month of me making these. This is the last video of June, and I'm very excited because I honestly wasn't sure what I was going to do with this channel or what the frequency of my videos would be or even the format or how I was going to do it. So this is big, and I'm very excited to continue on. And I hope that for the last month, the first month, you've all been entertained and learned something from my videos. So we're going to move on to the topic for today. Today's topic is very simple. I'm not sure if you guys have gotten the impression yet, but I'm a very organized person. I really like to keep binders and spreadsheets and have apps that will sort through all the information out there and try to track all of it for me. So today we're going to go over my 4 apps that I use to maintain my financial situation, and I check pretty much on a daily basis. There's plenty of other apps that I check, and there's plenty of stuff that you can use that might not, these might not work for you, but I'm not talking about what works best for everybody. I'm just talking about what works for best for me. So, app number 1. Mint.com and the Mint app. I've already made a video, so I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail about it. The video I made about Mint should do that, and there's plenty of other resources on it. Because it's integrated with all my accounts, I use it to make sure that all the deposits are going in and out the way they should, that everything's getting paid on time. I use it to check my investments, and I use it to just make sure everything's going the way it should go. Also, there's a widget that comes up on the page of my phone, so if I'm just swiping through my phone, I can very quickly find out exactly how much is in my checking and savings and stuff like that, and it helps me make sure I have enough cash on hand. One problem I used to have is I used to save and invest too much, and I would actually find that as the month progresses, I would have already deposited too much money into like my IRA. And now when mortgage time comes around, I'm like, oh crap, I don't have enough money for my mortgage. So Mint really helps me regulate that and keep on top of that. But Mint is far from the only app doing it. Like I said in my other video, most banking apps actually now have some sort of budgeting feature where you can actually link other bank accounts with it. So for example, my primary bank account's with USAA because I'm an ex-service member. Well, I have Wells Fargo accounts, I have Ally Bank accounts, all that stuff. I even have Navy Federal. Well, USA will actually let you integrate all of them with their system. So it works out pretty nicely if you want to go that route. I chose not to go that route. I chose to do Mint, but whatever works for you. App number 2, Robinhood. I know you've all heard me mention it before, and you've probably seen the links down in the description below. The reason I do that is because as an affiliate link, and if you sign up and use my link, then we both get a free stock. I've already done a full video about Acorn and why I like it, but I want to make it clear how often I use it. I think that sometimes people kind of use investing apps and they kind of forget about it, and that's a great strategy for investing, is to put your money in the stock market and just kind of let it grow on its own. The reason I don't do that is I use Robinhood for one very specific reason, and it's to buy what I consider a troubled stock that I'm pretty sure is going to rebound. For example, when BP was leaking oil into the Gulf, I bought a lot of BP because I knew it was going to go back up. I did the same thing with Toyota years ago. Toyota had a problem with their accelerators getting stuck, and all over the news they're just like it really wasn't as big of a thing as the news made it out to be, but they did have a couple drivers that just lost control of their vehicle and it was out of control speeding down the highway. So realizing that Toyota's probably not going to go out of business for it, I did watch the stock plummet, and I bought as many shares as I could afford at the time, which wasn't many because I was like my second year in the Navy, and to be honest, even if I had the money, I don't think I knew as much about investing as I do now. And that's what I use Robinhood for. I use it for short-term stocks, which means I then have to check it pretty much every day or every other day just to see how things are going and trying to pinpoint the exact time I want to get out of the stock. App number 3, Acorns. Now, I'm sure you've heard me mention it before, but I love Acorns. That's another link that I put in my videos down below. I use Acorns and I pretty much check it every day because that is my emergency fund. It's not a very I don't have mine set up to take a lot of risks, but it is something I check every day to ensure it's growing and to ensure all the transfers go through. I also just, honestly, I like seeing it grow. I like seeing the fact that I have this large amount of reserve cash, well, reserve assets, we'll say, that I can quickly turn into cash if I need it. I also like to kind of see how the market's doing in the funds and see if I need to change anything. But you don't need to check it every day for something like that. Like it's such a, for me, it's a longer term thing. So it's something that most people can probably go by with only checking once every, I don't know, week, maybe month or so, because you're not planning on taking out all that much. And app number 4 that I check almost on a daily basis. This one's almost on a daily basis because I get alerts. It's Credit Karma. So I don't get anything to push Credit Karma or anything like that. And it's not to replace getting your free credit report, which you're supposed to do every 4 months. You can go freecreditreport.com, I believe is the website. And you can get one from one of the 3 credit bureaus, and you can do it once a year for each bureau, which means since there's 3 bureaus, you can get one every 4 months. But if you pull your credit report, you do not get a credit score with it. So I use Credit Karma. Now, it doesn't use the exact same algorithm as when they pull your credit score, like when a bank does it. However, it's pretty close. But forget your credit score on there for a second. What Credit Karma is great at is letting you know the second something negative is on your credit report. So the way it works is that usually your credit agencies are about a month behind, maybe more, on negative things. So let's say you stop paying your mortgage today. Well, usually it goes into a grace period. So like my bank lets me have, I think, 14 days of grace period. Now, once you're at the grace period, you're now considered past due. And that's when they start trying to contact you. I think they might actually contact you in the grace period too, but I'm not sure because I've never let mine get that far. So you have to go through their past due period, which I think is usually about 30 days. And then once you enter the past due period, it's now going to go on your credit report. But if you've done that, that's okay. Just pay it off as soon as you can and communicate with your bank. Most banks do not actually want to ruin your credit or anything like that, for the most part. They actually want you just to pay your bill that you agreed to pay. So what you could do, or what I recommend you doing, is just contact them, let them know your situation, and they will work with you. But the reason I say pay it, even if it's a little late, is because on Credit Karma, there's different categories for 30 days, 60 days, and then I think 120 days. And they're weighed differently. So it's better to take the 30-day hit for being 30 days late, paying it then, than it is to just forget about it and let that go on forever. Remember, if you have a delinquency on your credit report, it doesn't stay on there for 7 years from the time it started. It's 7 years from when it's resolved. And that's one of the biggest things I hear people talk about is that, I can just not pay my bill and just wait 7 years and it's gone. It's like, yeah, it's gone after you pay it. Like, so 7 years after you pay it. So, that could take a while if you're never going to pay it. Like, you'll never actually leave your credit report. Like, that never gets erased. I just wanted to take some time and explain to you how I stay organized, and those are the 4 major apps I use to do that. Now, I also use spreadsheets. I keep notes on stuff. I actually have like a 5-year financial plan of things I want to do and where I want to be and mile markers and stuff like that. And maybe I'll go into that some later detail if I even have to. I kind of feel like just saying I have a 5-year plan is plenty. I think most people know what that means. But I appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate you guys watching for the past month if you've watched for the last month, or even if you just caught a couple videos. just know that I plan on doing this continuously. My goal is to have $500,000 net worth by the end of 2021. So the end of next year. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just kind of video blogging my journey to that, some of the tips and tricks I'm using, and I'm just trying to teach people what I've learned or what I know, and I'm hoping I can learn stuff in return. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, bell notification, whatever you guys want to do. I try to read all the notifications when I can, and I try to reply when I can. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and keep saving.